You are listening to the Critical Mass Radio Show, Orange County's business talk show, focused on exploring topics of interest to CEOs who are leading middle market companies. With your host, Richard Franzi.
Hello and welcome to Orange County's longest running business talk show. I am your host, Rick Franzi, and we have a really good, possibly great show planned for you. Why do you ask? Because our guest, as you can see on the screen, is Chase Barr. He is the founder of ATTAC Group. We're going to be talking about his business and the work that he does. So Chase, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me, Rick. Really appreciate it.
So let's kick it off as we usually do when we have entrepreneurs here on the radio show, and tell us about your motivation. I know you're entering your fifth year, which is a milestone for businesses. You're entering your fifth year of being in business with the ATTAC Group. But take us back in time, Chase. What was your motivation for starting this one?
Well, kind of give you a little understanding of ATTAC Group. ATTAC actually stands for my family. It's Ashton, Taylor, Tony, Amber, and Chase, right? And so my motivation was always been about, my family. But initially, I was in the Marine Corps. We're separated from the Marine Corps March 31st of 2013 and went right into executive search and staffing on Monday, April 1st. So not a whole lot of time there. But as I was working in the search and staffing, my motivation has always been about taking care of people, helping people get to the next level, whatever it may be, to better them, right? And give them actual pathways to be successful in the market. So when I started ATTAC Group in 2018, I really saw that there was a trend of a lack of transparency in the staffing agency, and the candidates were kind of getting the short end of the stick, right? So I wanted to provide the market with a true transparent partner in the market and provide purpose-driven employment for our partners and their families. And that's what motivated me to continue to grow ATTAC Group from 2018 till now.
So you were in this space as an employee, if I'm hearing what you're saying, before you launched. Okay.
Yes. I was part of Ross Staffing family of companies. They were awesome enough to give me a shot and a try right out of the Marine Corps, no degree. Worked there full time while going to school and get my degree full time, and worked my way up into a senior partner position with a great firm, Leap Pros Workforce Solutions, based out of here in Orange County as well. And from there, just saw my opportunity, had a conversation with the wife, and she said, "You can do it." And I said, "Yeah." And here we are.
That's a similar story to mine in the sense that I had a conversation with my wife too before I decided to pull the trigger. And I think that's a best practice for you about to be entrepreneurs. If you have a significant other, really spending time to make sure you're both on the same page relative to the journey you're about to take.
Got to have their buy-in.
But how did you decide this was the career post the military experience for you? Did you know it while you were still in
I did. I actually did. I was actually a United States Marine recruiter, or what we call a canvassing recruiter in the Marine Corps between my two combat battalions. Did that, was highly successful in doing so. Really enjoyed, again, providing opportunities for people to be successful, right? Putting young professionals and individuals into the military in all kinds of different jobs and opportunities, whether they were an officer or going to the reserves or to go working on some of our most technology jets and things of that nature out there, to being infantry and going out to our wars, right? I really got an excitement of helping and helping growing those professionals. That's what led me.
So how long after you started the ATTAC Group did you have a sense that it was going to survive and ultimately thrive?
I never enter anything that I don't believe is going to be successful.
Sure.
Right. I believe from the get-go, the minute my wife said, "Do it," as I knew it was going to be successful. Now, getting to that point, it doesn't happen overnight, as every entrepreneur will tell you. There is a lot of ups and downs and a lot of learning, especially if you don't know what you don't know. But you put great people around you and ask for advice and really build a good network. There's so many individuals out there that have helped me get to this point by providing advice and guidance to make good decisions. Because at the end of the day, we have employees, and it is my job as a leader to take care of those individuals. They're my partners. They're helping build a TAC group. They are a TAC group, right? And so it's my job to take care of them, make sure that they have what they need, to make sure our clients and our candidates have what they need.
So tell me about who you help, the niches that you serve. I kind of get a sense for what problem you solve, which is a talent problem.
Yes.
But maybe you can put a finer point on that as well. And then at the end, why do people pick you over your competitors?
So initially, we really focused at the beginning on because I'm a wounded combat vet and a service disabled veteran, veteran, right? We got our service disabled veteran-owned small business and our California disabled veteran business enterprise and small business enterprise certifications to really solidify ourselves into the public market, government, state, federal, counties, communities, different municipalities and things of that nature, right? And so we got our start on the Medi-Cal program. We won an opportunity to be the recruiting partner to Magellan Health on Medi-Cal and provide them personnel. And through that, we really grew because it's one of the largest state contracts in national history. So we do help a lot of government entities on building project staffing, whether it's a team immediately, put them on staff and get them out there, direct hire, executive search, temporary consultants, as well as specialized SMEs for consulting, whether it's IT, operations, clinical, and healthcare. And then we have recently spun off a division called ATTAC Workforce Solutions to really focus on the private side of our recruiting and really help more on retained search, executive search, and consulting.
So I need to learn from you, if you don't mind educating me and maybe the audience. The disabled veterans classification that you were able to secure, did you recognize that as an opportunity prior to starting ATTAC Group, or is that something that came with time?
No, I actually I recognized it probably 2 years prior or 2 years before starting ATTAC Group, and just it took about 4 years to understand it, put in all the paperwork, and get all the certifications, because you have to have all your things in a row with the government, as most know. And so with that, it took me about 4 years to finally get everything solidified and start marketing to the market about who we are, the different things that we can provide.
So tell me, what type of companies see that differentiation certification and see that as an opportunity to want to partner with you because of that differentiation that you
a lot of larger organizations here in the state of California, like your Metas, Facebook, who else? Toshiba, T-Mobile. They have public contracts, right? So T-Mobile puts up sites, for antennas and things of that nature, and those contracts specifically for the public. And so 40% of their spend, or the project spend, has to go to DBEs, which is a disadvantaged business enterprise, right? And so those larger organizations, but most anybody that does a state contract in the state of California has to have a 3 to 5% participation from a DVBE, a minority business owned, a woman business owned, LGBTQ business owned certification to participate and to be able to submit a proposal on those contracts.
And so do you market that front and center as you market ATTAC Group? Is it something that you're making easy for people to recognize? How are you messaging that in the market?
We do. So more direct. When we're working with this, we're looking for partners that are direct. A lot of those individuals, like the bigger companies, they can find us in the Cal eProcure. If you go to caleprocure.org, all the DVBE things are supported there. You can see every company that you can pick, maybe a construction firm or whatever it is that is needed for a subcontractor. But they come to my website. I have what's called the Prime page, where primes come and they can look and see what kind of subcontract work we can provide to them. But a lot of it is just direct, building relationships, and making that phone call and building relationships. It's really what it takes with the government. It really is. Relationships are the most important thing when it comes to this business.
There you go. Write that down, everyone. Chase Barr just gave you another teachable moment, which is relationships matter regardless, right? And performance. Just because you have that differentiation doesn't absolve you from having to perform for your clients
Right.
when they hire you.
Well, and you asked about differentiators, and I'd like to just answer that for you real quick. And I think the difference between ATTAC Group and most out there is our team approach, right? We take a full team approach on each and individual search, whether it's high volume searches where we have to fill a 500-man call center, right? Or if it's just one CFO executive search. The entire team and the process that we built here is kind of like a manufacturing plant. So it's quality versus quantity. We want to ensure that we're also hitting the need behind the need and not just sending resumes to our clients and things like that. So, our speed to market is really, really good. We can find people well. We utilize a lot of different technologies here that allow us to identify that talent, not just here in the California, but all across the country.
So you're in the space that's been a hot space for CEOs to be talking about, which is talent acquisition. From your sense and the clients that you're working with, is the market for talent still as feverish as it maybe has been for the past couple of years, or are you seeing some slowdown or changes that you can share with us, Chase?
What I see in the market, I see that there's kind of a fear of unknown, right? A lot of people don't really understand where we're at. Never seen this before in the market. Candidates, professionals out there, they want to work. They're ready to work, right? But they want to be wanted. Right. A lot of, I believe, maybe the disconnect between company and professional is, they need something and the candidate wants something from that. Right. There's what's in it for me. And that's not being met all across the market. Right. I believe it's going to pick up in the middle market specifically because candidates want something that brings purpose. Right, something that they can bring their whole self to, their mind, their body, and their spirit, and truly enjoy what they do. Right, and that's what I love. That's where I thrive at, is providing that purpose to those professionals. And then my client going, amazing, right? These people are great. We love them, and that's what gets me excited.
Interesting. I want to just kind of come back to the evolution of ATTAC Group. Any major or minor pivots? Did life present you with an opportunity that caused you and the team to go, wow, we got to pursue this because there seems to be a lot of gold in them Barr hills? Or
yeah, absolutely. A lot of minor pivots happen. I think, again, entrepreneurs know that best, and pivoting and moving forward is important. The major things is we've been focused on so heavily on the government side that we forgot that there was a private side almost, right? And we really seen the need for IT professionals. I have built a process, I believe, with the team here that draws candidates in, especially the IT professionals who don't like to work too often with recruiters, and have built a strong, pool within that realm and a lot of relationships where we're actually filling those roles. We're getting the people in there. We're finding the right fit. So our major move was into IT because everything's going that well. People got the digital currencies. You got Web3 going on out there, and a lot of different change is happening. So we're making a hard pivot into the IT sector, which is actually, it's brought a lot of dividend for ATTAC Group, but for our clients as well because of the way candidates partner with us.
And they tend to be high ticket job placements.
They are people. Obviously, yes, and they're great for business and everything. But more importantly, it's about getting those people in the right position and seeing those companies thrive and build those innovations that come back to the community.
So I'm going to go way off script because I'm just curious. Certainly, your military service has informed a lot of your leadership style, which informs the culture of ATTAC Group. I'm wondering, how have you been able to take what you have learned from your service and bring it into a company where maybe you're employing people who haven't had that similar military background and experience?
I don't bring the military persona, so to say, that hard, knife hand yelling, but the one thing the military taught us was to take care of each other, right? To truly take care of each other. And I feel like I was called, by God to join the military to take care of people. And I believed I would. So, the big thing in our culture is to take care of one another. Communication and collaboration is key. When communication drops, things happen, right? In the military, if we lose comms, you never know what happens. We could have somebody be killed in action or whatever it may be. Here, somebody doesn't get a job, that's their livelihood on our hands, that we're representing them, things like that, right? So we really want to take care of one another. It's my job to take care of the team, do the blocking and tackling for them, ensure that they have all the resources, listen to their, what they're saying, because a good leader, because they're there doing the job on a daily basis and seeing what those changes are, and when they get that back and have a proper reporting structure for that, to ensure that everybody's heard, you get a team that's high thriving, high energy. They love doing what they do. At least to me, they do. It seems like they love what they're doing. And they show up every day, and they just, and all that, and they take that from what I do to them, and they on down to their candidates and on to their clients, and it just creates just really great energy and a winning environment.
Thank you for answering a question that you and I really didn't have a chance to talk about in the briefing call. I appreciate it. I'm wondering where you're going as an entrepreneur and CEO to get around other entrepreneurs who have experiences that you can benefit from as you're scaling your company.
A lot of information. I do a lot of reading on articles. We spend a lot of time on LinkedIn as recruiters and in recruiting agencies. There's obviously other tools and stuff out there, but it's such a great tool to utilize because it can connect you with these individuals who are more than willing to share with you, whether they're recruiting professionals or financial services or whatever. You can go to see what they're putting out there, understand what they're going through. They are very, very good at their content, which I'm trying to get better at myself and growing as a CEO and a professional. But honestly, that's where I go to a lot because I'm there all the time, to really just connect with those individuals, get back and forth, and then sit and have conversations with friends that own businesses and just learn and listen to what they're doing.
Experience is a good teacher, isn't it?
No, it's probably the best.
Yeah. Well, Barbara Fulmer, who was just on earlier today here on Critical Mass Business Talk Show, actually does ghostwriting for people on their LinkedIn profile. So you may want to listen to her interview when we're done with yours, Chase.
Absolutely.
It's available.
I will do that.
So let's talk about the future. Where are you taking the firm?
The ATTAC Group, again, technology is there. So I have my directors and the leaders within the business that are really talking about how are we going to connect these individuals to our clients in a manner that's not going to waste time, right? Right now, time is a big factor. A lot of things that people are doing are wasting time in the interview process or this, that, and the other. They don't want to change their ways. So we are actually in the talks of developing a technology and going to an MBB and getting that stuff out to market to really I don't want to give too much, okay. Right? But I would say the technology space is where we're going to be at. We're still going to be a people first, people-centric organization. We understand that people are value, right? And we want to just highlight those individuals in a way that really shows their value and that they're not just an asset, they're a true value to organizations.
Yeah, that's interesting because my historical knowledge of your space is you're sitting between two of your clients. One is the hiring company with the need, and the other is the candidate who has the want or the need. And right. Keeping them both satisfied through the process and matchmaking is it's a unique thing to the recruiting field. My question is, in this hyper competitive space where employees were really largely in control of where they choose to go to work, have you consulted with your hiring companies to sort of teach them the things that they might be doing that make them less attractive to candidates?
And we do that either way. We are true consultants here when it comes to that. We're not just recruiters. In ATTAC Group, we don't hire recruiters. We hire subject matter experts and teach and recruiting. Because a lot of times those individuals have done recruiting within their business or have some sort of idea of what it is, and then just applying principles and things. But it's about connecting, right? And if you can't get those individuals speaking to each other into the art of what this person needs and what this company needs and how they go together, there are a lot of tools out there that you can utilize to do that, right? I'm a VAA, or Value Added Associate, through TTI Success Insights, and a certified professional behavioral analyst. And a lot of those tools right there help companies align individuals to their company, right? And they truly allow themselves to understand who they are as a company and where they're at currently, and where they lack and what they need to fill, and in the, I guess, the environment of.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I too am a partner with TTI, and I find for leaders and employees going through some of their assessments, behavioral assessments, can really be great insight, not only to the candidate, but the culture of the hiring organization as well. So
I completely agree. Their emotional quotient assessment is through the roof, and I love it. And a lot of people that take that assessment, though their assessments in general, it brings a lot of insight, and it really helps.
Yeah. So if someone would like to connect with you on LinkedIn, Chase, or to learn more about ATTAC Group, where do you suggest they go?
You go to my profile, or ATTAC Group Inc.'s profile on LinkedIn, or attackgroup.com. There's there. You can also take a look at attackworkforcesolutions.com, and we're out there. We're starting to put more content out, and hopefully, it'll just continue to go.
Well, thank you for giving of your time today and sharing your story with my audience.
No, I appreciate your time, Rick. Thank you.
And I'd like to thank the audience. You've been a part of Orange County's longest running business talk show here on a Critical Mass Business Talk Show. This episode is episode number 1,400 in our catalog. So Chase is a milestone show for us at 1,400. Thank you for being a part of that. And if you would like to connect with me on LinkedIn, I'm simply Rick, R-I-C, Franzi, F-R-A-N-Z-I. It's also my website, rickfranzi.com. And until the next time we have a chance to be together, I hope all of your business decisions will move your company in a positive direction.